Hello everybody, Russian Batman back with another video. Today, this is my official prediction for the last fighter for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I haven't really talked about this game on my channel at all, but I really wanted to, get this out before the final character gets announced. And this is like the last opportunity I have to do some speculation on this game. So that's what I'm doing here. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Sorry about the quality of the video. It's a bit rushed because I want to get out soon. But yeah, so this is my official theory on what the last character will be. And there's some explanation to this. So I'm kind of going into this as the mindset of when Sakurai is coming up with these characters and when he's like developing these characters. So my theory on this, right, is that Sakurai, so before, right, base game was announced. Before that, he has come up with all the characters and started development and all the characters for base game. And during that time is when he actually he came up with, didn't start development, but came up with all the characters for the first Fighters Pass, right? So before Smash Ultimate was announced, he has all these characters in mind, right, for the first Fighters Pass. And then, right, when the Smash Bros. Ultimate gets announced and the trailers start coming out and all that good stuff when they're doing the live streams and, you know, all that, my theory is that around that time is actually when he comes up with the roster for the second Fighters Pass, right? And the reason I say this is, to me, a lot of the characters that are in the second Fighters Pass kind of have this like base game mentality to them. What I mean by that is a lot of them seem like characters that Sakurai either wanted in base game or characters that were talked about a lot during base game ended up getting in the second Fighters Pass, right? Pyra and Mythra, right? A lot of people were asking for that, and he couldn't get him. And he even said himself that he wanted the character in. Well, not Pyra and Mythra, it was like the other dude, the simp. They wanted him in, but they couldn't because of, just development conflict, right? Also, like I said, Min Min seems like a base game character. A lot of people thought that an ARMS character would get in base game, and it really made a lot of sense. But because of development conflict, they couldn't get it in, but they did it for the second Fighters Pass. And then, Sephiroth, right? A lot of people didn't like how little content there was from Final Fantasy. So with the whole villain theme of base game, right, it really fits to put Sephiroth in. So I'm thinking Sakurai thought after the fact, right, during that period of time, it would be a good idea to include Sephiroth. Now, there are some characters that are exceptions. One big one being Steve. And for this theory, I actually think Steve was supposed to be in the first Fighters Pass. The reason I say this, so we know Steve was actually been in negotiations for over 4 years or something, right? So a long ass time. So my theory is that, think about this: you're Sakurai, you're developing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and you're developing the first Fighters Pass, and there's a character that you've been in negotiations, or Nintendo's been in negotiations for over 4 years. Why would you not include him in the DLC if at that time you had no plans to develop more DLC afterwards? Because I think this only came up in discussions, right, after the fact. And you think about it, Steve fits really well into the first Fighters Pass that don't have the base game mentality and don't really break any rules, right? And they're all like relatively older characters that don't have any conflict with the base game development. So my theory is that the first Fighters Pass, like I said, they came up with it before, right, the Smash Bros. Ultimate trailers and stuff came out, like during development, right? And it was supposed to be Joker, Hero, Banjo-Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and then finally Steve to end it off. And then I think that actually Byleth was supposed to be part of the second Fighters Pass because he kind of fits with that base game mentality as well. And Byleth is kind of just an awkward character to end first Fighters Pass off in general because, like I said, he fits the base game mentality, right? During the development of Smash Bros. Is when this new Fire Emblem game was coming out. A lot of people really liked it, and I bet Sakurai did as well. So they couldn't get it in base game, so he thought just put it in after the fact, right? To put it into the second Fighters Pass, to me fits way better if you think about it in a developmental, kind of stage, right? So I'm thinking for this argument that, and like I said, he fits way better for this base game mentality. So with this base game mentality in mind, right, that they're coming up with a second Fighters Pass during the development of Super Smash Bros. No, not during development, during the trailers and when all that stuff is coming out. I'm thinking that a lot of the characters, if we include Byleth in it, I think all the characters except maybe Kazuya have this base game mentality, or characters that really should have been or could have been in base game. And Sakurai thought after the fact, well, I really should put him in, right? So he's coming up with this roster. Now tell me this. What is one of the characters that were during the initial announcement of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that was most clamored about during this period of time? Okay, I'm just going to give you a second. Can you think of it? Okay, well, what immediately pops up in my mind, the perfect base game mentality character that was also clamored about during the announcement of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is, yes, Waluigi. And I'm not memeing you guys. I dead ass think that Waluigi will be the last character in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass. I just think it fits thematically for when he was coming up with these characters. And like I said, because Waluigi being in Smash wasn't a small thing that was just asked by for a few people. There were news articles. If you remember this time during the internet, everyone was going crazy, right? Now, not a lot of people going crazy for Waluigi. But back then, when I think he was coming up with his second Fighters Pass, is when everyone was going apeshit about Waluigi. There were news articles, legit news articles posted about how Waluigi wasn't in the game. So, like I said, he seems like the perfect character that Sakurai probably thought, okay, I realize there's a lot of people asking for this character, I'm going to put him in, right? He should have been in base game, or like I said, he fits with this base game idea of, Sakurai thinking after the fact, well, maybe these characters should have been in, and he decides to put him in because he knows this is the last Fighters Pass he could possibly do, because a lot of these characters, like I said, they're not really big third-party negotiations like the first Fighters Pass was, right? If we're including Steve in the first Fighters Pass, like these are big third-party characters, Banjo-Kazooie, Hero, Terry, Joker, Steve, like I said, all big third-party characters that are big negotiations, where the second Fighters Pass feels more like, okay, characters that Sakurai thought, okay, these characters really should be in because they weren't in base game. So that's my official theory, that Waluigi will be the very last character. I want to get this video out as soon as possible. So sorry about maybe the editing isn't so good, but yeah. So, and if it isn't Waluigi, I think I might do a punishment. I'm really serious about it. I don't know what punishment. I was thinking onion, but that's kind of generic. I've already done that 1,000 times. So if you want to suggest some punishments for if it isn't Waluigi, I might do them, might not. But if it is Waluigi, then I'm just going to revel in the glory and said I told you so. So thank you so much. If you like this video, please like. If you think this is a good theory and you want to share this around to other people that watch Smash Bros. Or, into Smash Bros., go ahead. If you want to see more content like this that are less LEGO related, more gaming and other stuff related, I know my Rango video did really well, even though it wasn't LEGO related. So, it seems when I branch off sometimes, I can, get a good amount of views off that. So, if this does well, you share this around and whatnot. And if this does well, I might do more stuff like this. So have a nice rest of the day. And also, like I said, just enjoy the rest of the day. Watch the movie Rango. It's a very good movie. I think it was 2011. Yeah, it's a great movie. And also just check out some of my content if it's the first time visiting my channel. It's LEGO related. A lot of LEGO stuff. I make LEGO custom. So yeah, just have a nice day. And yeah, ciao. Bye.